Okay. Okay. I think that got it to work. All right. I'm live. I'm alive. All right. Finally. Whew. And I'm live. There we go. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, finally. Whew. There we go. And I'm live. Whew. Scaring me. I don't know what happened, but I lost all of my access to my stream. Huh. But I'm back. I'm here. No need to fear, everybody. We will be painting some minis tonight. Woo! Woo! No commercials yet. Let's go. All right. Double check and make sure everything's okay. All right, all right, all right. One, that's good to go. Boop. Okay. Okay, give me just 1 second. We will get this stream rolling finally. Jeez Louise. There we go. Let me see if I can get my chat up and rolling. Can you hear me now? Here. Boom. One. Bloop. All right. Okay, gonna share this real quick. Okay, so let's get to our big friendly mode. Ta-da! All right. I have no idea what happened, but I've been trying for the past hour and a half to get streaming, and I am here. I am ready. I want to stream. I promise. I promise you. We will be streaming some Marvel Crisis Protocol again tonight. Painting Sabretooth and Mystique, hopefully, within my time limit, so that I can get some rest. Gabe, yay! Gabe is watching me. Gabe, thank you for watching. Like, share. I love you. I got the stream running. I got the stream running. All right. So let us go ahead and switch our views. So if you've watched the past couple of streams, you've seen that I've been working on my Brotherhood of Mutants from Atomic Mass Games for Marvel Crisis Protocol. Gabe, thank you very much for the like. Let's go. Switch the view. Boop. All right. So tonight we have Mystique and Sabretooth on the painting block. Here for it. Thanks, brother. Very simple color scheme. I'm going to be doing an orange for his suit. And some yellow. Following up with this bold pyro red. Oh, so let's get this thing started. First things first, if you're new to the stream, thank you very much for tuning in. I stream tabletop gaming, like tabletop RPGs, war games, board games, card games. Tonight is Miniature Monday, so I'll be painting some miniatures up for Marvel Crisis Protocol. Just remember that when I get the models, they don't look like this. The models are a normal gray plastic. Chris, thanks for watching, brother. Thanks for giving me a like. When I get the models, they're gray like this. I'll prime them black with simple Krylon matte black. A very light primer all the way around because these are very detailed miniatures and I don't want to lose any of the details after I've primed. I will no longer be using that spray can primer though, since I was gifted a beautiful airbrush that I am now starting to use and love very much. But we will be painting Sabretooth today. I'm going to start off with yellow. I'll be using Pro Acryl by Monument Hobbies. I've completely switched over my paint line from Army Painter to Pro Acryl. If you can get your hands on Pro Acryl, I highly recommend it. They're a great brand of paints. You get a lot of paint for a good price. Sabrina, thank you very much for liking the stream. I'll be going with the studio scheme for Sabretooth today. Because I like the original cartoon look. There's several different ways I could have gone with this color scheme, but I Just want to do something simple. And I love the look of the old 90s cartoon. So we're going to do that. He has this big stripe down the center of his chest. And then he's got like fur lined up his back. I'm just going to start painting around this guy. Right? So again, I have no idea what happened. I was living my best life, trying to stream, and it wouldn't let me. It just kept blocking me out, telling me that I was going live on YouTube, which if you're watching me via YouTube, thank you very much. I don't know how you found me, but here I am. It was allowing me to stream to YouTube. It was allowing me, but it wasn't allowing me to stream here on Facebook or Twitch, which is where I get a lot of my interactions from. So I was like, oh, I got to get on that. I got to figure out what is going on. And while it did take me about an hour and a half to get it all figured out, I did finally figured it out. Uninstalled, reinstalled, re-input passwords and keys. Hopefully I don't have to do this every single time. It may have been because last night while I was fidgeting around with TikTok and other things that I have availability with to multi-stream to. So I'm hoping this stream is not on TikTok or Instagram yet. I still gotta set up my accounts for that, so that when I do stream like this, it'll also pop up on Instagram Live and Tickety Talk. But yeah. Yep, you can see. So what I really love about Marvel Crisis Protocol and Atomic Mass Games miniatures is that they have done a wonderful job with these minis showing off. Look how detailed it is. It was very simple to assemble, and then their mold lines are basically built into the costumes of the characters. So there's not a lot of weird mold lines that you have to watch out for. I'll pull this down just a little bit so I can get better lighting. Oh, there we go. The models are fantastic, easy to paint, easy to see and deal with. So that's going to be right beside the side. All right, there we go. Making sure everything's connected. Yep. I am going to continue to paint for as long as possible. We've got some really bad thunderstorms going on out here. Lost power at work for a little bit. On the way home, there were some traffic lights out, so just got to do what I can with what I got, right? No use crying over missed streams. Philip. I want to be careful because he's got these really cool muscle tones and things like that. I only want to paint the very peaks of the muscles. He keeps that tone. I did the exact same thing with my pyro, because pyro is mostly red and yellow. So there's a lot of stuff that can be hit and miss with this type of painting. But it gets back down to it. He gonna look good. Oh, he gonna look good. What a Monday, right? I don't know if it was just me, but I was really not looking forward going back into work after this great weekend that I just had. Really not looking forward to interacting with other people. But the day blew by fast. I got to hang out with my buddies at work. Talked gaming, we talked movies, music. It was a very off Monday because it was actually a good Monday. There we go. The one half of his suit is done. We're gonna paint the other half. These brushes that I'm using are like $10 for 50 brushes. I get them at Walmart. They're super cheap. I also saw this really cool deal on Amazon where it was like 15 brushes for $10, and they looked really, really nice. So as soon as I can get some gamer funds available, I'll be picking me up some of those to try them out. There. Try not to lose any of the detail on him. Right. I'm really excited because the Nerd Bros have decided collectively that we're going to get back into Marvel Crisis Protocol. We're actually going to play a game this coming Wednesday for our guys' night. We should be getting ready for our D&D session at the end of next month, but got plenty of time for that. I'm coming off hot from my recent win in the Space City Marvel Crisis Protocol League. I did not win a game or the entire league, but they had a painting portion of the league, and I took first place in that by what I would like to consider a landslide. I had 44 points in the league, and second place, my good friend James, had 19 points. The next after him was, I believe, Greg Webster with 11 points. And then after that, it was the guy had 9 points and somebody else had 9 points. So I had more than second, third, and fourth place put together. And I laughed and laughed and laughed. So that actually won me some store credit at a local gaming store that I'm going to use to purchase more paints. Oh, Okay, so the best starter set to get for painting I actually got for Christmas. This Christmas. Gabe is Gabe is on Facebook, and Gabe just asked me what I think is the best starter set for you to pick up, and this is going to be it. Main screen. I don't use Army Painter anymore because I prefer these Pro Acryl paints, but that doesn't mean that Army Painters aren't a good paint. They're a very good paint, great for beginners. They flow well, and this little kit that they have, the Army Painter Hobby Set. Look, it's still brand new in box. I'm going to open it tomorrow and show everybody. But this Army Painter Hobby Set has everything you need to start. So it's got a bunch of the really useful paints. It's got a wash. It's got a bunch of brushes for you to use and try out. Got a little file. And then really important is the plastic frame cutters, which you can use to like cut out models and plastic models, not metal models, obviously, but cut out models. And it even comes with some super glue. Right here. This is just a nifty little set. I don't know how much it goes for. I think it's usually about $40 to $50, but that's a really great deal when you look at how many paints you're getting. The plastic grade super glue, the clippers. As a hobbyist, you're going to use the clippers over and over and over. And then the 3 different brushes that they give you are just a generic starter brush, a precise detail brush, so it's a really thin brush. That's what I usually use for painting. The thin parts like I'm currently doing right now. And then it's going to give you a dry brush, which is extremely helpful for painting, for doing the dry brush technique, which I'm going to show you later on this evening. But if you're going to pick up a starter set, this is the one to get, the hobby set from Army Painter. Tons of great little things. The paint comes in dropper bottles, just like what I'm using here, so that you don't lose a bunch of paint when you're trying to paint, or a bunch of paint doesn't just go all over the place while you're trying to get it going. Hey David and Isaac, thanks for liking the stream. I greatly appreciate it. But Gabe over on Facebook asked, what do I think is the best starter set? This is going to be it. Army Painter is great. I love them. They're what I had been using for years and years and years and years before I was gifted a set of these Pro Acryl paints. The thing with the Pro Acryl is that they don't have a starter set that comes with brushes and clippers and super glue and a file for taking down little pieces or edges, getting rid of the plastic through pieces. So your best bet is to get that Army Painter Hobby Set. And then if you look it up, if you check Amazon and look up Army Painter paints, miniature paints, they have tons and tons and tons of different sets. This is not their smallest set, because this contains brushes and other things. But if you go to my Facebook page tomorrow morning, I'll have some links up and available for what are some good things to pick up for a starter set if you don't want to get the Army Painter. Like I said at the very beginning, I don't use fancy brushes because you go through them so fast, or at least I do. I'm not careful with them. I don't clean them properly, and I'm not a professional, right? I'm just a guy who loves miniatures and playing games. I don't take care of my stuff. I just use it unregularly. So because of that, I get the cheap stuff, and if you buy 50 brushes for $10 and you go through them in the course of a year, you've only spent $10, right? Whereas these Army Painter brushes that are inside this kit are anywhere from $7 to $15 a piece, which is fairly expensive, but the set itself is a great deal because it doesn't cost that much for everything that's in there. Let's get back to the painting. There we go. So, Gabe, if you're watching, you'll notice that I have the model on a pill bottle, and that's so that I can get better angles. I'm not holding the model super close in my hand so that my fingers get in the way. I can manipulate the model a little bit better. Ooh, who's that? And this is just a generic pill bottle that my mother gave me. Just a big old pill bottle. She takes some big old horse pills. Oh, ain't that? If you don't want to paint, you can always find a local commission artist that's willing to do the painting for you. I am one of said local artists who needs the money. Upstairs neighbors are going crazy. But I'm very fortunate, like when I do D&D for hire, or when I do, like I'm doing my commission paintings next after I finish these, that stuff is what I use to get me more supplies, more gaming supplies. Oh, this is yellow. Like, this stuff is not cheap. At the bottom, that's red. It's going to be. Bloop. So my hobby funds my hobby. People will pay me to paint their models. I love painting models. Love it. Absolutely love it. So as long as people will continue to pay me to paint their models, I can buy more paint. I can buy more hobby supplies. I can buy more things to try. Like, I'm about to start a commission piece, a commission set for a gentleman who's gonna have me paint a little over 100 models. And all those models are going to be painted in a different style. So it's going to be interesting for me. Because I've batch painted before. I paint a bunch of the exact same models for an army over and over and over again. So I will be trying a new technique this time around. There we go. There we go. Go back over and get some of his spots. The yellow. Beauty. There we go. Like I was saying before, one of the reasons that I prefer these Pro Acryl paints over Army Painter is because the paint just flows better. It moves smoothly across the surface of the miniature. I don't have to, I don't use a wet palette, so it saves me a lot from having to use a wet palette. That is a pain. was our National Weather Service telling me that there is a freeze warning to drip a pipe. Paint his pants just a little bit more. So I'm very excited because Wednesday, me and the Nerd Bros will be playing some Marvel Crisis Protocol. I'll be using my Brotherhood of Mutants, which are freshly painted. Brian Quigley, thank you very much for liking the stream. I know that you'll probably jump on to your Twitch in a little bit. Thanks, Gabe. No, you didn't miss much, Gabe. I was just talking about the difference between these Pro Acryl paints and the Army Painter hobby set that I had shown before. We just finished, or about finished, painting this yellow. Great job being a great asset for the family company. Great asset, great asset. Bloop. I'm very excited. I was approached by an outside source, an outside person, to be the official streamer for a convention coming up in April, which is something that I've never done before. They want me to sort of be the MC and stream their wargaming events. So that'll give me a new little feather in my cap. I'll be talking about that more in the weeks to come. But I think it's been a really productive year so far, with painting miniatures and sponsors and people donating things to the stream. I'm very grateful for my fans, friends, and family that are helping me out so much with this. All right, so I like that yellow. I think the yellow is very well done. Now I'm going to go back and paint red. I'm going to use this bold Pyrrole red. He's got like this bold look to him. We're just doing the studio paint scheme. Whoa. Sort of bubbled out, and that's okay. I'm going to take the excess paint off the top. What is that? Somebody sent me some love. Popping up here pretty soon. We're just going to go back and hit the red on him. Much. Getting that red down the center line. Bloop. And all this is practice. I've been doing this for several years. You'll notice that I am sort of leaned up. over the table. I've got my both arms holding or touching the model, sort of brace it. Just mirror it. My light flickering. Weird. Once again, I am just a humble tabletop streamer. If things start to go weird and creepy, somebody please call the Ghostbusters, because I am not here for that stuff. But this is all it takes, is a little bit of practice, a steady hand. Paint the lines. Yeah, they're just laying around the house as we speak. Hit the ghost with some holy water and we out. I don't hear anything outside right now, but that could change at a moment's notice. Here in Texas. All right, I'm going to paint down his back. Not too much paint. Courtney, thank you very much for sharing the stream. I greatly appreciate it. Every like, every share, every comment helps get me a little bit of exposure. And every little bit of exposure gets me one step closer to affiliate or being sponsored by somebody else. All right, so got that red stripe down his back. Goes all the way up to the front. Now he's got these little like triangles on his feet, so I got to paint these triangles. And I have to freehand it. There's no lines for me to color within, so we're going to figure that out. We'll just go bloop. There we go. I'm going to paint the bottom of his foot red. And the edge of his foot red. I'm going to paint another little triangle on this foot. There we go. He's got some triangles on this side of his body. I'm going to do those as well. Not too much paint. There we go. There we go. Right. Last but not least, we're going to paint his gloves and claws. Actually, I'm going to switch it up. Instead of using a detail brush here, I'm going to dry brush, do a heavy dry brush with the red. I don't want to lose those dark detailed lines. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking a little bit of paint and loading it onto my brush. I'm just gonna lightly brush it over his arms. And what this is going to do is it's going to leave those dark recesses alone to give it some depth. Same thing for the other hand. Gotta be careful around the yellow. Back, hit full parts. There we go. That's nice. Need to get in and around his neck because he's got like this collar that comes up and around his face, I think. Yep. Kind of weird, but it is what it is. Just a little bit of paint. There we go. So if you look at him, let me get that to focus. If you look at him, he's got an incredibly detailed face, and his mane is bright and fluffy. I'm not going to paint that orange. I believe I have a golden brown. Yep. Be painting that golden brown and his hair golden brown as well, but I'm going to add a brown wash to his hair because he has darker blondish hair to really bring that out. will not need a lot. I'm actually going to dry brush a lot of this. So, just going to lightly dry brush his mane, whatever that is. As we were doing that, I saw a little piece on his back that I could correct. Right. And last but not least, this area that was a little too hard to dry brush. Oop. I'm going to use a flush wash. So the one thing that Pro Acryl doesn't have, that Army Painter does have, are these washes. Bloop. Right. So I know it says D&D, but it's actually made by Army Painter. Bloop. I was just gifted these a long time ago, and I keep using them because they're great. I do really like the tones and washes that Army Painter has. I'm going to be using a flesh wash on his face. Of course, there we go. Ooh, come on. Just a little bit of flesh wash over here. So I'm going to do two things. I'm going to use this flesh wash to flesh out his face. So that it doesn't look so pale and white. And then I'm going to put a little bit in his hair to give it a darker look than his mane. All right. So I like the rock that he's standing on. We're going to keep that rock looking just that rocky. But I'm going to use a brown wash and a dark strong tone. No, I want my shadow wash. So this is going to be darker, almost black, to paint the base. I want to give the base a little bit of variation. So we will use shadow wash and brown wash on the base. Looks a little bit more gray than brown, so we're going to try that again. There we go. All I'm going to do is, you see how the base looks the same all the way around? I'm going to take this. I'm just going to lather it in different places to give it a different look. And then I'll take the shadow wash and do the exact same thing in different spaces. Whoopsies. Got some yellow on my brush. Don't want to paint my base yellow. So I might have just done that. There we go. There we go. All right. Shadow wash. What I like to do is I like to put the shadow wash right down the dark lines. So the reason that I use different washes is to give it a different look per base. I don't want all my bases looking exactly the same. A little the same, yes. Exactly the same, no. So good. There we go. So now he is finished. He used to look like one of these guys. Now he's full color. Woo! Alright, so I'm going to detach him from my base, from my model holder. My very fancy model holder. Alright, that's clear. We're going to come back to him later because we are not finished with him, but he's done with the majority of this painting. Next is going to be a fun one. What time is it? Only 10. we have Mystique. So last night I was painting Emma Frost, and I was like, "Ooh, this is fun. This is different." Because Emma Frost has two different models, and one of them is like this really cool icy look. Mystique has almost teal skin, a light blue, and she's wearing white. So what I'm going to do is I am going to make a color. We're going to use this, not bright warm gray, we need ivory. Ebony and ivory. Okay, so ivory with 2 drops of sky blue. You'll see what I'm about to do. So I'm going to go 1, 2 drops of ivory, and then 1 drop of sky blue. Even though I used it last night, it's always good to shake it. All right, so 1 drop sky blue. Boop. Now we're going to mix these paints. And it's like the perfect Mystique, classic Mystique color. And the best part is, I'm just going to completely paint her model, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the entire model except for her hair this color, and then go back and dry brush her clothes to give it that white. So we're just going to start covering her. And I did this technique last night, and I thought it looked so cool. I thought it was perfect. So I knew that coming into today, having to paint it again on Mystique, it's just going to be quick, easy, fun. And this will get me 2 models closer to finishing out my Brotherhood of Mutants. I say finishing out, I still have a few other models that I've been wanting to add to my Brotherhood. I have Rogue and Gambit quietly waiting in the wings, and then I'm wondering if we will get Nightcrawler as a X-Men / Brotherhood of Mutants crossover character, because we got Colossus will work for him, and what else was there? Colossus will work for him. Rogue and Gambit are crossover characters. It's just driving me closer and closer to actually playing X-Men as well as Brotherhood. I I have Rogue and Gambit. I could just pick up the X-Men affiliation starter. That would give me Cyclops, Storm, Beast, and Wolverine. I did just make a win some store credit. All right. All right, we're basically there. Again, I think that's just a perfect skin tone for Mystique. Hey, Bow Hunter, what's going on, brother? Oh, you know me, just painting models and having fun. He is done. So now I'm just going to dry brush calculated parts of her attire. I'm going to get out my very small dry brush. Bloop. There we go. I am going to use titanium white on her clothes. There we go. Probably a little too much, but that's okay. Drag. I just finished painting up Sabretooth, so now we're working our way through Mystique. Okay. Finish it up. Ha! Thank you very much. Huge fan of Ninja Turtles. And yes, the thumb palette is always back. Can't go painting without it. John, thank you very much for liking the stream. Greatly appreciate it. There we go. There we go. Is my... Yep, okay, good. I wanted to double check and make sure my music was still playing. There we go. All right. Boots. Her boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. There we go. Almost done. There we go. Now all we got to do is go back and clean up her skin tone with that blue we made. We got right. In her hair. Here I'm trying to be careful because I can't get any red on the white. That's going to be a pain to paint over. There we go. We're doing a mild dry brush. I missed one strand of hair on the front of her head. Or one section of hair, and it made her look like Rogue. There we go. All right. Need to be back here. Bam. I guess I could do a little bit more white on the front of her dress. My cat's snoring and I can hear him. Very loud cat. There we go. All right. But last but not least, I'm going to paint some silver. Actually, gold. A rich gold. He is standing on the logo of the Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters. Oh, Catan Jr., nice. Bowhunter VP over on Twitch is saying that he got to play some Catan Jr. with his kids tonight, and that's fantastic, man. I'm really glad to hear that. Gold. Good. I'm guessing the kiddos liked it a lot. There we go. Oop. All right. Ah, sounds good. Gabe over on Facebook saying good night. Gabe, thank you, brother. Good night. I'm going to be up tomorrow doing a review on the box set, and I will definitely be playing some Lethal Company tomorrow night. We need the dark silver. and the burnt red. Oops. Flip. Oh yeah, so I'm not super big into video games. Obviously I have a PC for streaming purposes, but I usually use it to play like Super Nintendo emulators or something else. I am old. But my brother-in-law, my wife, and my sister-in-law all play video games, and so every once in a while we'll play something together, like Phasmophobia, Lethal Company. One of my favorite games to play is Midnight Ghost Hunt. Sometimes I'll be lucky and we'll all play that. But we've been playing a lot of Lethal Company lately, just because it's fun, it's goofy. We're always doing dumb stuff. Trying to reach our quotas. And at first I didn't want to play it. It looked too scary. I'm not much for survival horror. But it was fun. Especially when you have the right group of people that you love playing games with. And we've been playing it pretty regularly, almost so much so that I had stopped streaming for a while. I told them, nope, after the new year I gotta get back into it. I streamed regularly for a long time. Call of Duty. And you know what? I am not good at first-person shooters. I am the worst. My wife is way better than I am at first-person shooters. Dark Silver. Right here. Nope. Nope. That. I'm just gonna mush it up here. Almost done. Get this base a little bit more. Oh, I can hear the rain. Again, I'm only streaming for as long as I can. I'm almost done. If I can finish, all I have to do is finish this model, but the rain outside is getting ferocious. Shadow wash. Put it in here. Get some brown wash. Put it in the rocks. Again, for color variants. The rubble. We are almost done. Alright, so now my favorite part, we're going to paint the base rim. purple. There we go. Ooh. Got the purple. Paint the purple. Purple edge around the base. Easy. Painting the edge purple. We go. Oop. Hit the top of this part. There we go. All right. And last but not least, we finish off Sabretooth by painting his base as well. Make my team look uniform. There we go. Well, like my good friend Bubba Spark said, get it right, get it right, get it right, get it tight. And we are spent. So we have here Sabretooth and Mystique ready to go. We painted both these models and just started at 9:30, so it's about an hour and a half. I was a little late getting on stream tonight. Don't know what happened to my stream keys and what was going on, but it just blew me out of the water, and I had to reset everything. So very excited to get these guys painted. This gives me my second leader and a another warrior model for the group. I've never used Sabretooth, but with Wednesday's game coming up, and I'm at a very limited point value. I'm only allowed to bring 11 points. And quite honestly, I've never played that low point value before with the Brotherhood. I'm so used to taking Magneto, Juggernaut, and at least 2 other models. But this time I won't be able to take my Wrecking Crew. Oops. But oh, not bad if I do say so myself. And we will end it there. I want to thank everybody for watching. Bowhunter VP, thank you very much for watching me tonight. Tomorrow night I will be doing a review on the Army Painter hobby set that I was gifted for Christmas, and then Thursday night I'll be doing some glow up, taking some of my board gaming tokens and items that I have and making them better over the course of an hour to show you what I do to make things neat and a little bit different, and sometimes protect the board gaming pieces, because you want to make sure that you keep your board games in good condition for as long as possible. So with that being said, I'm very thankful for everybody that got a chance to watch tonight, for everybody that commented, liked, shared. Everything helps me out in getting my my viewer numbers up. I had a really good time. I'm so glad that I got a chance to paint and talk with everybody, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful night. I want you to take care of yourself, be blessed, and remember, walls ahead, rubble behind.